Well, good morning, folks, to the 20th of February, 2025. Taking you for a little ride over to a place that there is a fire yesterday. I could have went during the event, but I was holding my just now 1-year-old grandson, and we were hanging out and having a good time there, and there was no way that I was gonna go and make a video. I made a couple videos of him. I may post one or two of those coming up. We'll see. So I'll take you for this little cold 14 degrees today. It's gonna get a little warmer. It's gonna get into the 30s in the next couple days. Property here for sale if anybody wants to buy a party store. That a murder happened there in the parking lot. Anyway, that just kind of goes with the times, I guess. But this fire happened over here in Parchment. You've heard of Parchment, a paper, right? Paper Parchment. Well, that's the town of Parchment. We're going to look at the KVP group paper mill there, the Kalamazoo Vegetable Parchment Company from 1909. Yes, it's one of the big paper mills here in the Kalamazoo area that is closed, been closed for a while. That's part of the Superfund site. Right here in the corner is where Boogie Records was, and now they're about to reopen this business as a venue there. A lot of history along here. Right here's the old Comfort Inn. It used to be something different than that. That's been rebuilt. Next door to it is the Up and Under Sports Bar. They've been in business, I think they said 20 years. They just closed. They said enough was enough down here. Well, anyways, we'll plod along the bike lanes here through Kalamazoo. Pretty soon this is going to have traffic coming right at us too. It's going to be turning into two-way. The bike lanes and two-way traffic. Okay. Cruise up here through town over to Parchment. The city of Parchment owns the old paper mill there now. It's been in a series of teardowns. It's quite a historic old building, and a lot of people come from all over to go in there and explore. There is a fence around it. It used to be patrolled, but there's a lot of graffiti art around there. I did a video on it maybe a year ago. I've done some Facebook still shots on it, but not from inside. I never had access, but I'm going to take a look at this here in just a couple minutes. I'll be right back. There's a site you never seen. Michigan News Agency's closed. Dean Houck, she passed away last week. Yeah. All right. Kind of plod along here. Over where you see the Radisson there in the corner of the old hotel that was there, it was imploded. And we were down here watching, and when it blew up, a big chunk of cement flew over through the intersection and struck the building, the courthouse steps right here in the corner, smacked right into it. Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that, but I can take you right over there and show you the divot in the granite. Maybe we'll do that when the weather clears up. Right back. Building you see right over here on the left, it says for lease. Okay, well, the building, that's on a wall behind it. The little two-story building in front of it, you see right there with the blue in the windows. That used to be on the first floor, used to be a little hardware store. In 1946, that's where my father met my mother. Home from the Marine Corps, and went in there to buy a couple light bulbs, project his father was working on, and met my mother and asked her out, and that was it. the rest is history. So is this part of Kalamazoo, very old and historical. There's the Columbia Hotel ghost sign. Elvis stayed here and maintained, not just stayed here, but several times, maintained an office on the second floor until actually quite recently. Very interesting history. Why would they be doing that, right? Well, he said he wanted to be close to Gibson Guitar Factory that's right over here, just about 3 blocks away. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Here's the bridge here going over the Kalamazoo River. Right here where you see this facility right here, used to be a big brewery. Okay. Was built, one of the powerhouses here in Kalamazoo. And quite a facility. You should have seen what that looked like. And they of course, they raised that years ago. Built a little Veterans Memorial Park right there. Now in the area where the Veterans Memorial Park is built, used to be an old hotel. And it was built on the site of an ancient Indian burial ground that was not claimed by the locals at the time. I believe they called them garden plots or garden sites, and they had stones that were laid in the ground, kind of like as markers, I'm sure you'd say. And there were a couple of these sites around Kalamazoo in the area. And of course, there was no respect for that kind of thing back then. So the new owner, they just uprooted everything and threw it into the Kalamazoo River. They said there was even remains. It has been written, I read about it, that anything, it was all just thrown in the river, whatever artifacts. But there were 2 larger metal pots, cooking pots like, that were found buried there. And they said the metal was of, they said they were of curious manufacture, and they don't have any idea who made them. They didn't even know really what they were made out of. That's what was written. And they used them in the kitchen of that hotel. Well, that hotel didn't last very long before it burned to the ground. And there was no further knowledge. Anybody said anything further. There's a closed McDonald's right there on the right, and a closed Walgreens there on the right. There is no further knowledge of what happened to those cooking pots. Very, very interesting. That site sat there and then turned into the paper mill. There was a little paper mill or a little paper manufacturing going on behind it where we're going now, the Kalamazoo River, over to our right. And all of that had to do with that. There was a kind of a dam there. The mill wasn't right there, but man, it was polluted, the river. It looked like frothy chocolate milk from the paper mills. We lived downtown, a little branch there of the Arcadia flowed not far from our house, and that was just real nasty. And in the heat of the summer, man, with that smell, it was really bad. But all of that is gone. Those mills are gone. This facility that's over here operated for quite a while. They were making a lot of wax paper products, wrappings, and so forth, and other paper products until they closed. And then the larger mill that's over here in town, just to our right, is in full operation, right over here. Let me see it here a little bit as this clears up. It's also our city water treatment plant. You'll see some of the lights over here. There's the water treatment plant. Behind it is the paper mill. Kalamazoo River is between there and where we're at right here. Okay. We're gonna go up here into Parchment. Be right back. Okay, now you can kind of see the Kalamazoo River down there, just side of the trees. You'll notice that the old cement stanchions here for the old power towers. Takes a lot of power to run these big plants. And these transmission lines that you see right here are feeding right down over the river and through the woods, literally, to the large paper plant right now. Right back. Okay, we have entered beautiful downtown Parchment, almost. The city of Parchment. Island Avenue is right up here. We will take a little ride down Island here a second. See what's happening. A couple of old businesses sat right here, and there's the remnants of one still left right here. How you like that from back in the day? Okay. Okay, here is their headquarters back in the day. We're on Island Avenue. They are keeping this building, and they're actually repurposing it. Here is the old plant. You can see the windows are broke out of it. Goes way back in. Roof is collapsed. Okay. This part right here, they're renovating. Across the street over here, this was a big building here too, all raised. Okay. And of course back here, they're still using part of the newer facility, storage facility and stuff for other businesses. You know, the little local company homes around here, the neighborhood. We're gonna go over here one more block, take a little bit better look. Some said that they blame it on the homeless, but I don't know. I don't know if they are this old loading dock right here, right on the side of the building. One right there too. See, back in the day, this was busy. There was a little station house on the corner, the main place back there. Might be able just to drive back up around in that parking lot. I'll be right back. Take just a little circle drive through here. I don't think it's gonna raise too many eyebrows. There you go. Old elevator shaft right there. It's all fell. Okay. This is just part of it. Here's the part that they're reclaiming and renovating. All right, let's go down here and see the other side of this. You can just begin to see some of the graffiti inside the doorway right there. That is nothing. Okay, there's upstairs. The old iron up there is supporting the old electric motor up on the roof there for the elevator, for the lift. Really something. Let's go get some better views. There's a little globe right there and a little holder. All right, now we're on the corner of Parchmount and Riverview.